What's up, guys? Stock here again. This is the type of females that guys probably preference not to have, or rather, my take on that. Number one, number one, uh, women, females that are no offense now, that are kind of naive, a little bit small kind. I mean, I guess for me that kind of translates like in my head for as a guy. It translates to not too much upstairs in the head. And I know that's kind of like jumping the gun, but a lot of times, if you're trying to put a front or an act on, for you ladies out there, if you guys are trying to put a front or an act on, just for the sake of testing a guy to see how far he'll go, or to see, like, what kind of guy he is or whatever, how he responds if you do this or this, you got to keep in mind that you're putting up a risk. And in the same token, you're misleading the guy. You know, that's not good. Number two is women that are too stuck up. I mean, you know, the stuck up girls, I don't fancy them. I mean, all guys to some degree, I think, in a small or big way, they like their women with a little bit of attitude. You know, but yeah, that's, you know, stuck up women, that's kind of like attitude to the 10th power. That's a little bit, yeah, in excess. And for me personally, I don't like somebody who has attitude problems, like to the point where they're considered stuck up, and you know, to the point where it's kind of like, wow, you just don't know how to rub off on people the right way. You just, God, you just know how to, yeah. Number three, number three is a woman that's too hungry. Now, what do I mean when I say that? Of course, you know, nowadays the guys are like hella according to I guess what the people nowadays are saying, thirsty, and vice versa. Women nowadays are, oh no, sorry, women are thirsty and guys are hungry. I'm sorry. See, I don't know what I'm talking about here. I don't know what people the references people use nowadays, but women who are too thirsty, you know, it's just as bad as a guy who's too hungry. For me, I don't know if you guys out there can relate. I don't know if you ladies out there know personally from knowing somebody like that, but it's kind of like, yeah, what's your focus in trying to do what you're trying to do between me and you? Is your focus just like going straight off to bed and Never Land and flying away with Peter Pan and all the rest of his homies or something? Like, you know, what gives? I mean, I'm a human being, you know. I have a lot of other awesome traits and characteristics about me that are useful in an actual relationship, you know, if you actually get to know me beyond, you know, seeing like, oh wow, this guy's attractive, or oh, I'm so hungry, oh, we go to bed, brah. You know, I mean, come on now. It's, I mean, it's much appreciated from a guy's standpoint. You know, guys don't mind to some degree. In my personal opinion, guys don't mind to some degree that a woman is, you know, has an appetite. But what scares me, okay, this is the point I'm trying to make here. What scares me is when the woman has a bigger appetite than the guy, and that's like, wow. I guess that's a shocker. And you know, I'm pretty sure that guys are, though they're like, yeah, at first, and it's like, good lord, this woman's a monster. Ah! Women who aren't real, you know. And what I mean when I say that, of course, that's very vague. Let me get a sip of some of this coffee because it's still withdrawing. But that's hot. Coffee. That. Women who are fake. What do I mean when I say that? I mean, like, women that put up too much fronts. They're so afraid, or they're so ashamed, or they're so embarrassed, or they just, I don't know, they just put up a front with you, you know? It's like, you can tell, like, they're not really being them. And though they may know that you know, they still yet try to persist and keep doing what they ought not to in the first place, because it's just wasting time. And while you're being overly patient over there, and she's kind of like doing, you know, whatever the hell she's doing, trying to make you jealous, you know, doing whatever that, you know, whatever. It's like, what's the point? You're gonna possibly miss out on something that could be really good. That might be it. if you know what I mean. And I don't mean the clown, honk honk it. I mean, that might actually be the real thing, and you're just missing out on it by fronting it up and by not giving who you really are to this guy who, if you've put enough tests on him prior and he seemingly is deserving to get to know the real you, then fine. But if you're just fronting for the sake of fronting, for the sake of I feel like crap, and even though this guy's a really nice guy, I'm still gonna do it anyways, or whatever the hell your reason is for fronting, that's ridiculous. That's stupid. And guys out there, same thing for you. It's not good to front girls or play a kind, and vice versa for women. That's no good. That's just waste of time. Do not do it. Next is somebody who has too much baggage, or as when I was growing up, it was called somebody who doesn't have a clean backyard. Now, what is that reference to? Of course, that references to somebody who doesn't close one book before they put it on the shelf and never touch it again, other than for like reference points or memories, and then they just go off and open another book while they already have a book still open on their table. For ladies like that, and I've known a few, I've seen a few, I've heard of a few that they are classic, jump around, dun, dun, I jump around, dun, dun. It's terrible. It's really bad, and guys are more prevalent to be doing this kind of thing. But truth be told, and I know quite a few, seen quite a few, heard of quite a few that they jump around, and I don't understand. I mean, if you have issues or problems, best you square them away, in my eyes, and not cause other people, preferably the opposite sex, pain and a waste of time and energy because you have a crazy, oversized ex-boyfriend hunting you down while you're too busy saying, okay, it's over, I'm looking for somebody else, and saying that, well, it takes two people to make a relationship, but it only takes one to break it, which is absolutely true. I'm not taking that from you. However, if you still got a crazy, steroid-pumped, oversized boyfriend hunting you down because in his head it's not done yet, and you ain't filed no freaking TRO or nothing like that, and you ain't got nothing squared away, I think that's something your future boyfriend that you're hunting for right now should know about, that this giant-ass guy is on the hunt, and if he sees you with her, or me with her, or whoever with you, and it's kind of like, wow, I'm gonna get my neck broken. So, case in point, I feel that women who don't square away their problems, who don't clean up their backyard, so to speak, once again, should definitely get into a good habit of doing that, because it's unfair for the next person in line that you're bringing all of this trouble and all this stuff, and you ain't got it squared away, you ain't learned no lessons from the past relationship or whatnot, and you ain't grown from it, and then, by way of taking time, go into the next one after X amount of time to heal up, and to, lick your wounds, or do whatever you're gonna do, and then go to the next thing. I feel that's something that's really, oh man, much appreciated. The guy will very much appreciate that, ladies, and please, yeah, do try to clean up your backyards, you know what I mean? No offense once again, do not get offended. This is just the guy's take of what, from my experience personally, and my take, guys don't like that girls do, But yeah, that's it for now. I mean, that's a lot of a mouthful. But yeah, I will catch you guys later. Do not get offended, ladies. This is just my personal take on what guys know that girls do that we don't like. Plain and simple. And of course, there's a lot more, but that's just to keep it short and sweet, keep it as compressed as possible. God, I got a lot of burps right now. But I will catch you guys later. So stay funky, brass monkeys. Stay chill, Kimosabis, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. Shoot!